Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jughead. Happy birthday to you. Bughead is no more. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Oh boy, do we have a lot to discuss tonight about this week's episode of Riverdale Comic Frontline. Oh my gosh, so much happened. So it's Jughead's birthday, and things go down. So, as usual, if you haven't seen the episode yet, do yourself a favor, hop out of this video, hit that like button on the way out, watch the episode first, then come back and tell me all your thoughts and feels in the comments down below, as always. So, as you can tell by the intro, like I said, it's Jughead's birthday, stuff goes down. So, it's around the time of Jughead's birthday, he's feeling kind of down. Archie's like, hey man, it's getting close to your birthday, dude, we should celebrate, we should do something. And he's like, nah, it's kind of just an arbitrary day for me, because it just seems like a day where my family, despite everything that was going on with my dad, my mom, they would always try to make my birthday normal, make us seem normal. And he's just like, I was just like, oh, this poor guy. And when Betty finds out it's his birthday's coming up, she's like, I didn't know it was your birthday. Which again, that's weird to me, because like, y'all were friends before you were dating and you don't even know his birthday. Like, what? I didn't know my friend's birthday. And I make sure to know people who I'm dating's birthday. Like, that's kind of a friendship / dating 101. You gotta know their birthday, otherwise they have a right to give you shit about it until you memorize their birthday, no matter how many times it takes them. Anyway, so Betty decides to plan a birthday party for Jughead, much to Jughead's chagrin. And you know how this should go. A party for somebody who doesn't want a party. It just does not end well. In the episode, we see the return of Chuck, who you guys might remember from Sexy Pool Time with Dark, Betty, and Veronica. And he, confronts Betty about it and starts talking smack and then that kind of opens up for Jughead. He's like, hey, what is he talking about? Betty doesn't want to talk about the whole Dark Betty thing. And so they try to move on or whatever. But then we move to the Veronica stuff, and Veronica is finding out that more and more about her father and how her father could possibly have been the one responsible for calling the hit out on Jason, because Clifford Blossom is the one that called the police on Hiram. So now that she knows this, she's like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? What do I do about this? And then she talks to the lawyer, and it's like, yeah, that's why we haven't come out with this information, because it's gonna make your dad look like a murder witness. It's like, have you considered testifying? And then she says, no, even with this now, I'm even less inclined to testify. And then he goes into Hiram wrote her a letter talking about trying to pit her against her mom, and so she doesn't know who to believe. Is her dad a liar? Is her mom a liar? Hell, she doesn't know at this point, because her mom lied to her in the first place and forged her signature, so how is she going to trust her mom? So there's that whole plot line, and the little joke I made about Bughead being no more. So let's talk about that. So the party happens, and because Cheryl wants to kind of cause chaos because of what Archie did, and obviously if Cheryl screws with Betty, she'll screw with Veronica, and Veronica already screwed with Cheryl earlier in the episode, the plot's starting to thicken, but you want to talk about thick, though? You want to talk about thick? We're talking about this dance scene that goes on here with Cheryl and Veronica. Veronica, oh my god! Oh my goodness! The proof is in the pudding. The case is in the cake. Just, oh my good! I am going. Let me stop before I just get a little too excited. But yeah. So they went full on Bring It On style dance battle. Cheryl trying to be a little too overly sexual with her vampire face looking self, and Veronica just busting out all the moves and putting all those curves to good use. Just, whew, man. So Veronica wins because clearly, and even Cheryl's minions don't stand up for Cheryl. Don't vote for Cheryl. So Disposable Minion 1 and Disposable Minion 2 are on the outs with Cheryl. Sorry. And then that's what inspires Cheryl to be like, alright, we have a common enemy here. And she decides to team up with Chuck. So her and Chuck decide to crash Jughead's party. They bring the whole school along. It turns into this stereotypical high school rager with alcohol and loud music and people grinding up on each other and shit. And this is just not what Jughead wanted. And then Jughead just goes off on Betty. He goes, "This is the one thing I didn't want." And he goes on and on about their differences and how he's a weirdo and she's just the perfect girl next door. And then he takes it a step further when he talks about, I'm just I'm just a fill-in. You're just waiting for Archie to change his mind. And I'm like, yo, he went there. Air horn noises. Just what? Yo, Jughead, he let it all out there. He put it all on the table, and Betty's just like, shit. She was shook, and I was shook. Everybody was shook. Because I don't support Bughead, but that cute little singing moment that they had, where she did the Marilyn Monroe thing with the birthday, oh man, that was really, really adorable. And even though I don't ship Bughead, I really like that scene. But man, when he put it out on the table there, freaking Betty was just like, damn. So she also invites FP, Forsyth Pendleton II, or Forsyth Pendleton Jr., Jughead's dad, and he shows up and he he gives Jughead a present and all that stuff. He also checks up on Joaquin, and Joaquin was even listening in on Veronica and Kevin having that talk about implicating Veronica's father in Jason's murder or whatever. So when FP sees Joaquin, he's like, hey, you got any new information? And he talks about that and he goes, oh shit. And so they're obviously the Serpents are still trying to figure out where their play comes in on this and how they can use this, what kind of leverage they can use to play in their favor. I still don't know what their end game is, but it's really interesting nevertheless. And it comes down to things really come to a head when they start playing this game, this weird version of Truth or Dare called Secrets and Sins, where I start talking about all the dirty secrets that everybody has, and they bust out Archie's secret about Grundy and banging Miss Grundy, and then they talk about Dark Betty, and then they talk, and then Veronica, she brings up what everybody's thinking, and she's like, you love Jason a little too much. And then when he chose Polly over you, you put one in between his eyes. And I'm like, yo, shit, she said it. She went there. Yo, somebody get Cheryl some ice. Her cherry just got popped, and it was by Jason. She wishes it was by Jason, but it wasn't. Yo, dude, I was just like, damn. So that happens. And then also we find out Fred and Archie's mom are gonna meet up in to sign the divorce papers and whatnot. And Archie's really stressed about that. So as the party's going on, after the Secrets and Sins thing happens, and Jughead and Chuck get into a fight, and Jughead throws hands. He defends his girl. Even though I don't support the whole Bughead thing, I respected Jughead for standing up for his girl's honor. I was like, yeah, Jughead, do your thing, man. And then FP breaks up the party, and he's like, all right, party's over. Get out, get out, get out. And Jughead tries to, run away. He's like, nah. When FP is like, go talk to your girl, go talk to your girl. He's like, no, I don't think, I think we have, like, irreconcilable differences, blah, blah, blah. And then FP, actually being a real dad, is like, look, you have a good thing going on here with your friends, with her. They give you something we couldn't. You shouldn't run away from that. Embrace it. And he goes, I'm glad you manned up. Now be a man and fight for it. I'm like, you know what, FP, you're being a real dad here. Good for you. You at least have one good moment in here. Nice. Good job, Skeet Ulrich. So, anyway, after that, we get a nice scene between Archie and Veronica, and yeah, my Archie and Veronica ship is now setting sail officially, and they make out, they hook up, she has to, her dad, she broke her dad's pearl necklace last episode, so, Archie can give her another one, if you know what I'm saying. Don't Google it, guys. Don't Google it. I know I'm supposed to try and keep it family friendly, but that's just not me. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that happened. And Veronica does her little walk of shame, her little PG walk of shame. She sees Jughead, and she's like, so, hey, Jughead, morning. So, listen. And he goes, don't worry about it. I'm not going to say anything. And then Archie, comes down a little bit later. He's like, so you and Veronica? He's like, yeah, man, yeah, don't worry. I'm literally not gonna tell anyone ever. Jughead defines the word bro. That is bro code to the best instance. That is bro code at its finest. And then at the end, we see Molly Ringwald, aka Mrs. Andrews, show up. The queen of 80s teen movies is here, ladies and gentlemen. Bow to her greatness. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Molly Ringwald has to offer here. We also find out that Alice Cooper and FP know each other, but not just because they're both, Riverdale, longtime Riverdale townies. We find out that they know each other because Alice used to live on the south side. So Alice was a serpent girl back in the day. Well, shit, that explains your bitchy attitude, Alice. Alright. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to where this goes, man. The plot is really the plot is getting almost as thick as Veronica. Just damn. Great episode. Really enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and feels in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave this video a like to let us know you enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Comment Frontline. Stay tuned for the outro card where I will leave my Riverdale review playlist, and as well as another video on Comment Frontline, just to give you a little taste of what we have to offer here. I'll also leave the Comment Frontline logo for you to click on and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified of any new uploads that we do up here on the channel. And I'll also leave a little copy of my icon in the outro card as well, so you can check out my individual channel, Mr. J's Comic Reviews, where I also review TV shows, movies, comics, and all that on my individual channel. So if you like what I do here on Frontline, you'll definitely like what I have to do over there. And I'd appreciate it if you gave me a sub as well. So, until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next Riverdale review. This is Jay from Mr. J's Comic Reviews, and like I always say, once comic book geek, always comic book geek, and once an Archie fan, always an Archie fan. See you guys later. Peace.